This is Water Elemental.
And this is Axis. And we are here to talk about the League of Legends. It's an ongoing show. We talk about popular Mobius-style battle games.
It's MOBA. It's MOBA.
Maybe I put a little flavor on it.
It annoys people.
You know what? I'm glad. I'm sure glad Brian Moore was my attorney. That's a joke. That's a joke only people in Colorado will get. But you know what? Good. We do a lot of jokes here. This is a joke, really, of a show.
Very opinionated, joking show.
Yes, very biased, extremely biased. It's good for everyone, really.
Except for people who are fans of the Nine Tails Fox. But anyways...
Oh! Let's not get into that.
We got some great news. We have a new champion, Xerath. He has approached the league. He is very interesting. We'll get to him in just a second here. We also have skin sales, new skins, and some other interesting news.
Oh boy, other interesting news.
But first up, Xerath The Magus Ascent.
Oh, you know, I was really excited about Xerath The Magus Ascent. And you know, to be honest, he didn't quite live up to my expectations, but my expectations were way too high to begin with. So let's kind of get into what he does. He's very much a mid-game mage with a place in late game just based on his range capability.
Early game, he's like, don't touch me, please.
Yeah, it's basically early game. It's just a matter of please don't get near me at all.
And it's so funny because everybody's like, oh, he's so durable with his passive, and then he goes middle lane, you get Brand, and I'm always that Brand that's sitting there like, yeah, I'm going to eat you alive.
Any caster just ruins his day. It's kind of upsetting, really.
But at the same time, you know, he's a great counter towards like a heavy melee team. And a couple of times we had a Xerath, and there was just a bunch of melee. And because he was the new champion, they thought he was going to be really weak, so they would go after the Xerath. And Xerath was just like, I'm going to eat your faces off. And I had like a 12-0 Xerath, just, whoa.
Oh, it's so much fun lacing those skill shots together. So it is just a pure beam. Just getting a conduit where you last hit two people as they try to escape with that beam. Oh, I love it.
I've seen so many things. There was a cooldown. The Xerath has so much cooldown. Like, he was able to chain, like, a stun on him, and he just kept people suppressed. And they weren't even able to walk towards him. About halfway from the distance from him to the tower, he was just like, you're not going to be able to touch me, and he got a double kill.
Nice. Xerath is a mage that I was very excited about, but in theory he sounds really fun, but in practice there are a lot of glaring flaws that I've had with him. I get that most of his damage is AoE, so his ratios can't be too great. His base damage is pretty appalling sometimes.
Ratios on some abilities.
And his ratios are bad, and
his beam laser. Oh my gosh, the ratio's really bad.
So really, he's not going to be the burst mage you expect. He mostly depends on having a high amount of magic pen, and his kit does allow for that. But that again, there's a cap on magic pen at 50%. 50%. So you can't get a void staff on him and be successful. It caps out at 50%. That's a law that's been in the game since day one, and it's really kind of depressing. The law. Another thing I didn't like: both his skins suck. I know that's kind of a nitpicky thing, but his skins suck.
I don't think you can really top that original skin on him, though.
Definitely, but
I don't mind the single bundle 50 skin. I can't remember the name of it. The red one. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that one too much, but the other rock one it looks like what were they called in Oblivion? Those rock spinny things. That's what he looks like.
Oh yeah, the Tempest Elementals or whatever.
Yeah, those things. And you think I'd be jumping ship on that? Oh my god, no.
You love elementals,
but they don't look good. It doesn't look good on him.
Well, we're getting away from his gameplay here. He's very much a mid-game mage. I mean, that's really where he excels. When his AP gets, maybe up a little bit above 200.
He has a skill curve. He does. It's not like you can just jump ship and start getting pentakill. You got to get really, really good with his skill shots, and you got to get used to timing, especially with his Locust and his movement speed buff on that, and just knowing the ranges, the difference on the ranges, because it can get confusing when you're in Locust. He has that huge range, but then when you just run away and then try to shoot again, you could be messing your mark.
Indeed. Another thing I was worried about when I picked him up is that mana was going to be an issue. I rushed to Tear of the Goddess because I was very, very concerned. Mana is not an issue.
No!
Not at all. I don't build a single mana item on him. I sometimes get a Frozen Heart, but for the most part, I rush a Morelos because, you know, I'm a cooldown whore. I really like to spam my abilities, so I get a Morelos first.
You do that too. Like, at first I went Tear of the Goddess, and I was just like...
It's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. And then I'm like, well, maybe an art... No, he doesn't even need
Rod of Ages.
Rod of Ages. He's just like, I don't need this. Give me ability power. Feed me.
Seriously, just give him maybe 50, maybe 40 or 50 mana per second. That comes from your Dorans and your Morelos Tome, and you're set for the whole game. Like, I was surprised how mana efficient he is. And I guess that's because it's all reasonably long cooldown abilities, but even when I got my 40% CDR, I was not having any mana issues.
No. Well, once I hit the 40% cap, I'm sitting there, I'm just smiling. Ult.
Yeah, I mean, his ult, I wish his ult had a shorter cooldown, but with cap CDR, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So, score.
It's upsetting because I wanted him to get higher, but he is just a mid-game mage, and he doesn't really have that late-game potential, so I really kind of mark him down because he just gets... For what he's supposed to be, he's not able to do it effectively when he gets item capped.
You think he would be better later game, especially since he's able just to bombard people, but I guess not.
But again, I got to do some more research on him, but for now, I'm going to give him a solid 7. I mean, he's fun, he's a lot of fun to play, and he's got a very interesting toolkit, but I think he could use some better scaling, and maybe they need to look at his cooldowns at lower levels, or higher levels, really.
Just give him a slight boost early game, because he is very, very
slight
weak.
Boost early and slight boost late, because mid-game, he does great. I mean, he lines up those stuns, and when you got a little bit of CDR, a little bit of AP, and everyone's still kind of building, he tears stuff apart. But early and late game, he doesn't outperform anybody. He's really bad, actually.
I want to give him a 7.5, but I really can't do half number, so I'm just going to bump it up to an 8. I'll round it up. Great concept, very new, very, very fun character to play, and he's great. I'm not afraid to see him early game, usually. But, like I said, mid-game champion, that's where you fear him. But as soon as late game happens, and you can just predict his, bombardment and all those other crazy skill shots. So he's not much of a threat, but hopefully he gets better. They've been doing really well, keeping them really
buffing them
right off the bat.
Out. So hopefully they'll take a look and it'll help.
I love being wrong. We love being wrong in this case scenario. Make a better Riven, excelling right now in Dominion.
Oh yeah, Riven's great in Dominion.
She proved us wrong, and that was a great thing to see. So,
yeah, we're happy to hear your words if that proves to be the case.
So 7 and 8, that's not bad. Better than Skarner still. Oh, he'll be great in Dominion. I haven't seen one.
He's okay in Dominion. It's just he gets blown up really fast.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Patch notes is actually kind of a small patch.
I gotta bring this up. It was in the patch preview. I was watching, and Freak is playing Lee Sin, and there was a stationary Jarvan. And he's like, oh, we gotta nerf Lee Sin because once people start getting the skill shot, he hits his Q and misses the Jarvan sitting there. Stationary, just misses. And it's just like, don't, please.
Clutch plays, yo.
Oh yeah, when people learn how to use the skill shots, right? Whiff! So I have to bring that up. And everybody's like, Frick's a great player. Watch his videos again, and then please tell me all the times he blabs and says he's good, but he does
good Morgana nerf. Great nerf to her sustain. Don't get me wrong, I like Morgana. I'm playing a little Lux lately because I like Morgana so much. But good nerf to her sustain. It's not going to cripple her, but it'll definitely make her see if to play her more less rash, I suppose is the best way to put it. They changed Lee Sin again. Like I said, all my friends love Lee Sin. I know what Lee Sin is. I don't like him, and I'm glad he's getting nerfed. He is so weaselly. I hate it. So I'm glad that's
Akali really needs a nerf right now.
Well, Lee Sin is the hard counter to Akali, but Akali is really the flavor of the month. Everyone's been complaining about her. I hate Akali. I really do. And I hope they tone down her burst a little bit, because, I mean, come on.
When she goes in middle lane against any range, once she hits level 6, you have no chance against her, and it's really, really bad.
But yeah, that's kind of the weird thing about this patch. A lot of people were expecting some nerfs based on Dominion play. I mean, A lot of people were expecting a Poppy nerf, because Poppy's ridiculous in Dominion.
Hi, I'm Poppy.
A
Hi, try to kill me.
Akali is ridiculous on Dominion, so a lot of people were expecting these big...
This is a tournament patch, by the way, guys. You gotta keep in mind.
A lot of people were expecting big changes in terms of those characters, and they're like, it's a tournament patch, so we're not really nerfing it too much. Which I think let a lot of people down. But again, we'll see. Hopefully they'll put in some balanced stuff. But yeah. Neat patch.
Tell us if this affects you enough. I know the new buff to Tarek with the 60-second cooldown on his ultimate is very happy.
Taking down small objectives, yo.
So we have 2 new skins. The first is Mr.Freeze Brand. I've been playing... Oh my gosh. The better I play with him, the more taunts I make. Oh, you gotta...
What killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age! I've been making such bad Mr.Freeze puns when I'm doing double kills and triple kills.
Brand, can you please stop taunting the team? I'm afraid my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy. God, I'm gonna get this skin now just because I've been thinking about it. I've got so many.
Oh, this skin looks amazing.
What you need to do is you need to one-shot a Swain and say, "Chill out, bird boy." I have to do that now. We need to make a video about that.
Alright, if you guys can get a screen cap of that, we will start sending you some of the extra prizes we have from the contest.
Oh, God.
Please. There we go. Also, we have... Let's see, we have
Pornstar Caitlyn? I mean, Sheriff Caitlyn?
Sheriff.
Whatever her name is.
Stripper Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Bow chicka wow.
They really, I mean, they have to put out a sexy skin for every female character eventually, so I guess it's...
But look at this. They just came out with the PC Gamer skin, and then they bring this one out.
Caitlyn's one of those ones where she's going to get a lot of skins, because she has a gun.
Trust me, I've started to see other skins that are coming out, that they're in the back files I've been looking at. For Halloween, more Teemo. But Irelia is getting one. So, Irelia players, get ready. You're going to get a great skin coming up.
Speaking of Irelia, we have a couple of skin sales this week, don't we?
We do. We have... Where is it? There we go.
Wherever it is.
Click, click. I can't find it in the main page. We have Acolyte Lee Sin.
Great skin. Probably the best one he has. The other one looks stupid.
It's his original skin. It has sentimental value.
Only 487 if you play Lee Sin at all. Even when he does get nerfed, he's still a great character. Definitely pick up this skin.
Nightblade Irelia.
Kind of a plain-looking skin. I'm not a big fan of it. 260. I wouldn't get it if I were.
I'd wait for the new skin coming out for her.
For sure.
White Mage Vigor.
You know, I always played with this skin. I love White Mage Vigor. It's, I don't know, it's so cute to see the little white guy running around. What?
Oh, you're dog in the black, but love in the white.
God! No! I love the black skin. Why would I ever criticize? I love black things.
They get it. They get it. You're racist. Moving on, we have Glacial Olaf.
Not a great skin for Olaf. I mean, it's just a recolor for 260.
It's not really a very noticeable recolor.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bland, actually. I wouldn't get this one if I were you guys.
And Recon Teemo.
Another crappy recolor. I wouldn't pick it up. There are much better skins for both Olaf and Teemo.
Definitely.
Even on sale, I wouldn't get them.
Definitely just hold out on the Halloween skins. There are going to be a lot of them. I'm going to give you a hint right now. Superman Teemo or Superhero Teemo looks really good.
Cool.
But I haven't seen in-game, but I've seen some files on it, so...
Making 1,900 Teemo skins.
Teemo with the 100,000 skin. You win free ice cream.
What do we got for champ sales?
Champion sales. We have Vayne, Janna, and Shen.
All very solid characters. Shen recently got buffed. Janna's always a great choice. And, of course, Vayne is great for tank assassinations. All very solid characters. If you're looking to blow some RP on some tunes, this is a great week to pick them up. They're all very good characters that no matter what happens, they'll always have a place.
Janna is a great support in Dominion, guys, since they do nerf healing. Janna's shield is a great clutch item, even though it won't work on the towers. It's helpful for the team, and you have the great knockup and lane clear as her tornado.
And who can argue with global move speed on Dominion? Good stuff.
Definitely.
We have a couple of champion IP permanent reductions. They're knocking down Anivia, Blitzcrank, and Corki. All champions that are kind of past their prime, but still have a very solid place.
Blitzcrank probably most is still kind of up there.
Yeah, definitely. Blitzcrank I like. Corki, I mean, 10% true damage. I mean, even if all his abilities were terrible, just 10% true damage on all his attacks is amazing. Anivia, again, kind of a strange one to play. Really a hard mage, and she's so cheap now that if you really want a challenge, she's definitely one to pick up.
Yeah, definitely. All three of these champions are reduced priced. It's not on sale. They're just they'll be there when you're ready.
For sure.
And that's about it for news this week. We haven't had any other sneak peeks or anything like that we need to cover. Or
we don't get to rag on what is Korean history, they said?
Does it matter?
It's something. It's, you know what? I don't have a problem with Asian culture. Except for the part where I have a problem with Asian culture. Like
I said, I'm going to make this clear. We're not making fun of it because of a Naruto or Naruto. I don't know. I don't like Naruto.
Harishira.
We're not making fun of it because it's related to anime. We're making fun of it because just the way they made it sound, she seems just not her place. But you can admit some other champions don't make its place. But she's made specifically to get anime fans into the game.
You can't argue with that.
And by the comments, you can already tell that we've made people mad.
Rabbit fanboys. No offense, guys.
It's our opinion.
Yeah, we're biased, and I don't really like it.
You can tell us that she's the greatest champion of all time, or we're wrong and we need to look up more information. We don't care.
But enough about our rage.
Now it's your turn. Question time, folks.
A couple of questions this week. Our first question comes from Jimmy Tran. He asks, Riot says they like small skirmishes and constant fighting in Dominion. In your podcast, you said that the meta will eventually change to more of a turtle gameplay. Something Riot wanted to avoid. What do you think that will nerf, buff, or add to remove that turtle gameplay style? What I believe they might do is either give the Dominion items some movement speed, and this would allow the team to move around a lot easier and have 4 attack top while 1 back doors. Though this may be wishful thinking since Amumu is really slow on that map.
First off, I don't think they would add more movement speed into this game because, as is, there's a lot of champions that are able just to get across the map really fast and teams aren't able to handle it. So if anything, they would probably want to slow them down a bit, especially with Rammus. And I've been experimenting with Trundle. And Trundle can move across the map really fast, and he has a lot of harassment power. So champions like that, I think they want to kind of keep in a place where it's controllable, but at the same time will give a team an advantage. The main thing that they would have to do to nerf something is cut back a bit on the style of, having a lot of really assassiny champions running around. They would have to kind of cut that back is what I think would be the best choice.
See, I disagree with you. As much as turtling can be kind of a pain when you have 2 on 1 point, 1 on 1 point, and 2 on the far, it's a lot less frustrating than maybe doing some push, really engaging gameplay where you're trying to get map dominance and everything like that, and then just getting backdoored by a Shaco and a Rammus. Or an Evelyn, That's way more frustrating to me when you're just getting trolled by backdooring the whole game, rather than, we have to engage them on the tower and really diversify how we push. That's fun. It's fun kind of trying to diversify and push in a different way, rather than having to check and backdoor everything. Check all the back doors.
Or keep people behind just in case when 3 people are missing and then they just come out of there.
Yeah, I mean, as crummy as turtling is, at least you don't feel cheated when you lose a point. I mean, I love, trying to outplay 2-on-2 on a point when they're turtling. That's really engaging. We're like, okay, we really got to come in, dodge their tower, burn a couple of summoners, really try and push that, rather than just saying, all right, let's push. Oh, Rammus is backdooring. We got to drop the offensive. It's stupid.
That is why movement speed items shouldn't be added, because that's going to give him even more of an advantage, and it's going to even open up that gap more. Yeah, you're going to have movement speed, but Rammus is still going to be going.
Yeah, I mean, it's depressing when the meta for Rammus is mobility treads, 4 Phantom Dancers, and Priscillas, and that's all he gets.
Like, Drundel's a great cutoff for him, though. Drundel's a good counter if you build him right. I try to
there are counters for it, and that's what the turtling strategy is coming to, where you just don't leave the points. You don't push for a 4 cap. You just sit on 3 points, and you just prevent the backdooring. I mean, it's
all about building strategy. If you really want to get rid of that situation, play the normal draft mode.
Yeah, I mean, draft mode is great for Dominion, really.
It really is, because it's going to let you set up your team and kind of counter what they're going to do. Because you can ban Rammus. Rammus is going to get banned right away, and you're going to get rid of the champions you hate. So.
But what you said, what they might buff, nerf, or add to the turtle gameplay, to be honest, they're not going to nerf the turtle gameplay. In fact, they're actually nerfing backdooring gameplay. If you saw, they lowered the amount of gold you gain per second in Dominion. Which basically means if you're not engaging the team, if you're not killing minions or fighting in team fights, you're not going to earn as much gold as someone who's maybe turtling a point and killing minions and players as they come. So really, I think they're more nerfing backdooring and just being a dick about playing the game. Whereas turtling, it's more of a consistent, accepted way. So I really don't think they're going to buff or nerf it. I think they're going to leave turtle gameplay in. I think they're going to nerf backdoor play.
But, there's many different strategies. There's all the stuff that, they're going to balance, and they just got to... It's a new game mode. They're just testing it. We'll just see what happens, but definitely there are problems.
For sure. But yes, with that passive gold game nerf, I think they're more encouraging aggressive gameplay rather than passive backdooring or turtling. So I think they're really nerfing both.
Our next question comes from Mr.12. He asks, who you guys think is the most badass champion in League of Legends? And Axis, curse the crap out of your answer. First off, I hate you.
I'm kind of obligated now.
I know, that's my problem. Thank you, Mr. 12. We will not be reading the next 3 questions you give us because of this fact.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I just have to do a lot more work, thanks to you. Let me start off before we get in the cursing fest. Probably, let's say 2. First one, Brand. I think Brand is a total badass. He's one of those champions where he's just got that attitude where he's pure anarchy. And he's like, if you're going to kill me, I'm going to find another body, and I'm going to come back. So, to me, he's probably one of the cooler badasses, especially with this new skin. Makes him even cooler. And who's your first?
It's a tie for me, because I would like to say, Brent. I love Brent a lot. He's really cool, and he's really got that sort of stick-it-in-your-face ability.
He does!
Really, my other favorite is Garen. I know it seems kind of cliche, but you get Dread Knight Garen. I mean, Garen's the most game. I mean, he's just run at things, spin around, and then just troll face execute. Just drops shit like he fucking doesn't even care. It's so ridiculous. I fucking love Garen. He's the most badass sword slinging motherfucker in this god game. Love him to death. Love Garen. Really, I like him a lot.
Second character for me, Fiddlesticks.
Oh, Fiddlesticks.
He's just one of those characters.
Fiddles isn't really a badass. He's a troll. He's just like, hey guys.
Well, okay, I'm thinking more of the Halloween skin and stuff like that. But when you see that, Fiddlesticks just pop around the corner. He's so badass because he has that fear. Because you know he's going to pop out and he's going to be like, ha, ka, 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 ka.
Why is my magic resistance reduced by 10?
Don't question it. Shh. Yes, we brought it back!
We haven't done that in a while. Thanks, Mr. 12. That's really it we have for the show this week, guys. Post your comments, your questions, any feedback you have for the show below, or send them to our email at spazticgaming@gmail.com, located in the information below. We read a question from the email and from the comment section below every week. We did 2 from the email this week, just because normally we do 2 from the comments.
But there was so much bickering, we kind of...
Yeah, we skipped over. But please send us stuff. We love to talk to you guys.
Zombie Fest 2011 is going on. We're bringing out the second part of Blood Harvest. Steam did not like the voice recording.
Yeah,
we're working on that.
It's good times.
It's good times. Oh, there's always a problem. So we're going to get that going on. If you'd like to join us for a game, just go ahead and send me an email. We might set it up. If you're online at the time, we might bring you on.
Ooh.
We have a 4th spot open. Might as well. And don't forget to comment and leave questions. We have more stuff coming on from JCBCA. We need feedback on this, guys. We're putting out videos and nothing's happening.
Or don't send feedback.
Or don't send feedback. Just
Whichever
keep doing what you're doing.
Whatever you would like, guys. We're always fans. And we're kind of dragging the mud.
One last thing,
here.
we're still working on the feedback and stuff for boot camp. Great stuff you guys are sending us. You're so helpful on that. We will be crediting those who helped out. So give us your feedback. The question is, what are some great starting champions for
And don't just
players?
send us names, send us reasons.
Names are great, but we want reasons why. It helps our show. So that's about it, guys. We're dragging on. This has been Water Elemental.
And this has been Axis. And I got to tell you guys, I don't know why that Silver Power Ranger is right there.
You don't like the Silver Power Ranger?
Shut up!
Super Silverizer.